Hey guys, Tasha here. Just want to say welcome back to the page. I'm glad you came back. I'm glad I didn't scare you away, at least yet. Today I am so excited because I just want to go through these foods with you guys, right? So these are 30 forever foods. They're super important to know what they are so that you can add them to your preps. And I've already did this video like twice and it was super long, so I'm gonna try to just get into it super fast and get you through these items, okay? So first, we're gonna say white rice, right? Has to be white, can't be brown, can't be any of your bougie rices because it just has too much natural oils in it and it's just gonna go bad, okay? So white rice will last forever. Next, pasta. So pastas, I probably would take it out of that packaging eventually. For my everyday pantry, I don't remove it from this stuff, but for long term, I would probably be thinking about some other options. All right, next, popcorn. Love it. This is a great prep because it's it's a great snack that you would have for later. Obviously, bags of popcorn that you buy, I absolutely love them, but they're not gonna last you because it has all the butter and extra stuff added to it. So regular popcorn, amazing, will last forever. All right, so let's go. Cocoa, just great for baking. It will be nice to have some chocolate in our lives because that's a must prep just by itself, okay? Next, vanilla flavoring extract. Any of the extracts, as long as they're pure, will work. So vanilla can be the lemon, doesn't matter what kind, as long as it's the pure kind. All right, seasonings. So these seasonings right here are in glass already. I love that they're in glass already. What you want to do is seasonings will last forever. Whole seasonings are better, but you want to get in the habit of seasonings that when you get them and they're in the plastic, that you start taking them out of the plastic and putting them in glass so that they'll last longer for you, okay? If you notice, the ones that are like this, they're a little bit more expensive because they're already in glass, but that's beneficial for you, okay? But start moving your seasonings to your glass jars. All right, next, let's do tea. So if you're a tea drinker, tea will last forever. This is obviously just our everyday stuff, but I would put this in a glass jar if I was gonna keep tea long-term. We don't drink a lot of tea, but I do prep tea for just medicinal and feeling better. And it's part of kind of my med kit really, because I'm not a huge like everyday tea drinker. All right, so this one's kind of heavy, but white vinegar. So white vinegar is one of those things on the table here that has multiple uses, so it's great. White vinegar for cleaning, for getting rust off of stuff, for and obviously for marinades and different things that you're using to cook with, okay? The other one is gonna be oats. So oats, these are quick. You would probably just do your regular oats and would definitely for long term take it out of that container. That container is just cardboard and it will break down if it gets wet or any kind of moisture. It's going to be garbage, so just make sure that you're taking it out of that for long-term storage. Another item is water. So water is not really a food item, but it will last forever. I definitely I realize if you have it on the sun, you know, it can get start to evaporate, or the plastic can start to break down. But in theory, water, if it's kept right, will last you forever, okay? And it's a huge bartering item. I probably wouldn't barter it. I'm gonna keep my water because I'm stingy like that. But it does have a bartering aspect to it on this table, okay? Next, so I'm gonna say maple syrup. Obvious reasons, right? Great for pancakes, great for sweetening in general, and could be a bartering item. We're gonna go into cornstarch. So I love this because this is a must for me. I make a lot of stews, a lot of soups from scratch, and cornstarch is my best friend for thickening, and I absolutely love it. A little tip too is 2 more items on the list is your mashed potatoes and your dry milk, okay? I mentioned those right after cornstarch because both of those also can be used to thicken stews. If you found yourself and you didn't have any cornstarch and you need to thicken something up, you could put a little bit of the potato flakes in it and it will thicken it up, and it's pretty good. So just think about outside the box when you're cooking from scratch like that, when you're not gonna have everyday things that you would have, normally. Okay, instant coffee. So instant coffee, not regular coffee, has to be instant. I love this one because it's already in a glass jar, feeds 120 cups. Love it, but instant coffee will last forever. Soy sauce. Love it. You know me, fat girl, love to cook, love marinades, and soy sauce ends up being in a lot of my flavoring marinades for all types of stuff. Salmon, chicken, you name it. I love soy sauce, and I use it a lot in different marinades. All right, next one that I use a lot too is honey. So honey can be kind of expensive. Just make sure that you're waiting. If you have to wait until you have a little bit of extra money, then do that. But and then just go to your stores that you know are super, super cheap to get it, right? Don't be going to the store that you know is a pricier store to get honey. All right, honey, love it. Tons of that in my preps. Okay, infamous Spam. So we love Spam. Everybody in the house loves Spam. Spam doesn't have a gray area, right? You either absolutely love it or you absolutely hate it. It's funny, there's a couple preppers. Angry Prepper cannot stand it. He hates it. Alaska Granny, though, if you watch her videos, she'll show you 150,000 ways to make Spam into a meal. So if you love Spam, go check out her page so that you can figure out all the different ways to make Spam. Some stuff I never even thought of. So, all right, next, beef jerky. So beef jerky will last forever. Obviously, this one's already been preserved a little bit, has its little pack. But if I was going to keep it long term, I probably would be taking it out of this, okay? But beef jerky essentially will last forever if you keep it right. Same with any kind of dried fruits. So apologies, we're obviously eating this one, cranberries. My kiddo loves cranberries. But any kind of dried fruit, you're going to preserve it in a jar and keep it, but it will last forever, okay? And there's no need to put it in a jar if you're eating it like we are that package, okay? All right, bouillon. So I grabbed this one out of the cupboard, but the cubes are what you want. The bouillon cubes will last forever, okay? This will too. It's in glass. It will last for a very, very long time. And I'm like me, I'm not going to be throwing it out. But the cubes is the ones that you want to get if you're trying to do your long-term forever food preps, okay? Let's see. Corn syrup, again, great for flavoring something that you might need a flavor. Let's see. We'll do these two together for the sake of time. Baking soda and baking powder. Baking soda has 150 ways to use it, okay? For cleaning, for deodorizing, for destaining. People use it for whitening teeth, deodorant, heartburn. There's a lot of uses for this. So this is like a must-have prep that you have to get for your family as a whole. You must get this prep. It has so many uses that it just doesn't make sense for you to not have it in your preps. Okay, next, white sugar. So white sugar has, again, it's just like the rice. It has to be white. Can't get the brown sugars and your powdered sugars. They're not going to last, okay? They're not conducive to lasting for a very long time. White sugar is very long lasting. Again, you have to take care of it. And remember, when you're putting this one in your 5-gallon buckets, milers, you're not putting your oxygen absorbers in it. It will make your sugar become a brick, okay? So there's certain foods that you won't use oxygen absorbers when you get into that, and sugar is one of them, okay? All right, next, canola oil. So oil, this will last forever. I would like to figure out if there's another way for me to keep it outside of this plastic covering. So if anybody has ideas, just let me know in the comments below so I can figure out how I'm going to keep my oil long term. I'm really curious about that. Okay, apple cider vinegar, again, has lots of different multiple uses, okay, for this. It's great, tastes great, makes great marinades. Lots of ways that you can use this, okay? So apple cider vinegar, I love it. It's so funny how that wasn't that popular just a little while ago. And over the last, decade, it's like just so super popular. Okay, so I already showed you the dried milk. Don't get this if your family is absolutely not gonna use it. Like if they are gonna know hands down that it's powdered milk that they're drinking or that they're eating in their food, and they're not going to eat it, then obviously don't get it. But if you can sneak that in the food and they're not able to tell, that's going to be a great prep, okay? It's going to be super important to get your calcium, and you're going to have to figure out how to get it if you're not getting it in certain ways that you get now, okay? So just something to think about. All right, next, beans, right? So beans, this is just like the dried milk. You're going to get the beans that your family eats, okay? So if you eat a lot of red beans and rice, you're going to get kidney beans. If you eat a lot of stews and soups, like navy bean soup, you're going to get pinto beans. Basically, all I'm saying is get the beans that your family likes, okay? I personally love black beans, so my preps have a lot of black beans in them. Love it with sofrito and garlic and just I love black beans. Our preps have all three because we like all three, but dry beans will last forever, again, as long as you do right by them. Okay, two other, these aren't really items now, we're all done, but two things that I just want to mention, okay, when it comes to food and long term. Okay, jars that are in the store that are obviously glass and that are pressurized commercially, to me, last forever. Okay, to me, this is no different than a jar of tomato sauce that I canned myself and pressurized canned it. Okay, now again, I'm not, you know, telling you to do this. I'm just telling you, for my family, we're not throwing this bad boy out when it goes bad. We're keeping these, if as long as it's still sealed, it makes the popping sound when it opens, there's no cuts, bulges, it smells good, we're gonna keep these. These essentially will last you forever. And then the other thing is, if you're getting into your long-term storage and you're starting to look at either emergency foods or you're looking at freeze-dried foods. So freeze-dried foods and dehydrated foods, if you keep them properly, will last forever. I'm a fan of Augustin Farms, but there's all types of companies that do it. So do your own research, do your own taste testing, right, to figure out what you want. Don't buy, you know, a ton of this stuff and then you open it and you're like, ugh, I can't stand the Augustin Farms stew. Like, why did you get it then, okay? And for me, just some tips, pay attention to the servings, right? I never get anything that has like simple servings. So some of this stuff, let's say, what's something that I saw? Oh, like chicken, right? It will be chicken cubes and it will literally only be 9 servings in a number 10 can. I'm not getting down with that, okay? I'm gonna can my chicken, pressure can it, and keep my meat that way. I love canning meat. That's what we're meat and potatoes type of family. So just do your research, see what you like, but anything that's freeze dried will last forever, okay? And it could come in, you know, a package like this. It could come in some sort of number 10 can, but if it's freeze dry, baby, it's gonna last forever. And you're gonna be able to eat it decades from now. So I think that's everything. Hopefully I condensed that down, kind of. So I'm gonna let you guys go. Stay woke, stay safe, and stay together. I'll see you guys next time. God bless.